guys, Scott Finlater here, one of the physios from Alchemy in Motion again. I just wanted to continue on this, a bit more advice from a physio's perspective as to what to do with long car trips coming up over Easter. So the other area we seem to see, especially the first 2 weeks after Easter, is some tightness in your lower back. So again, as we talked about with managing neck tightness or stiffness, moving every half an hour is the number one goal. Good for your back, good for your neck, good for your mind, good for your digestion. If it's not possible, then here are a couple of simple exercises which you can do whilst you're in the car that will try and alleviate some of these. So similar to the neck tip, altering the position of your backrest is a great tip. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is to carry a rolled up towel, and that can do two things. You can pop the rolled up towel in the base of your spine, and that brings the arch in your back. So that's good because you're in a different position. And as physios, we don't like you being in one posture for a long time, for longer than really half an hour. So a rolled up towel pushing you into that position is great. You can use that same rolled up towel to pop it underneath your legs, and then that will put you in more of a flexed position in your lumbar spine. So again, a different position and a different posture for your lumbar spine to tolerate. Now you'll obviously need to stop at some stage, and here are a couple of really simple exercises, 3 really simple exercises which you can do when you stop at the service station to get fuel or get the kids some food or ice cream or whatever it is. So the first one is leaning against the side of the car. We just pop your hands on the roof of the car, and we just want to let your hands stay soft and your elbows stay firm, and you're just going to push backwards with your hips. So you can see how I'm just extending in my lumbar spine there. And that just helps to open up your hip flexors, your tummy muscles, everything that gets tight from being in that sitting position for a long period of time. So that's a great exercise to try and open up there and just give yourself a bit more space. The second exercise we like to do is we like to differentiate between your trunk movement and your lumbar spine movement. So we like you being in just a simple squat position, your hands on your ribs, and we just want to rotate towards the right, just with your ribs. So you can see how my hips are staying nice and still, and my ribs are moving there. And that helps to open up some of these big muscles in here, called your paraspinals, your erector spinae, or your quadratus lumborum. So both of those can be heavily involved in back pain. And then the final one is just a simple fold over or fold forward. So it's a yoga move, and you just tuck your chin down and you curl down vertebrae by vertebrae, and you just come down to try and open up that space, open up those discs, and just give you a bit more movement through there. And then you just come back up. So there are 3 simple exercises and a few tips to try and help alleviate some back pain whilst you're in the car for a long period of time over Easter.